going on, guys? It's DJ Lee with Producer Hacks. Let's get right to it. Got me feeling like, what you feeling like? I'm in a spaceship, bass go. If you remember last time, we touched a lot on EQing, EQ curves. I just want to push that same concept forward and move on with a little bit of compression. So what I did here is I have an already finished song, instrumental with raw vocals, and I want to go ahead and I want to EQ those vocals and add compression to those vocals and see if we can get them to fit inside the mix and make it really stand out but also fit in the mix. We're looking for clarity, we're looking for smoothness, richness, depth, fluidity. Alright, just an overall smooth mix. Alright, so we're gonna jump right into it. What I got right here is the hook, and we have that on a loop. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up my Pro Tools stock EQ, right? This EQ is called our EQ 7 band. It looks just like this. Now, what we can do with this is automatically off the rip, we're gonna actually solo the vocals in a second. But always when it comes to vocals, I like to automatically start with a high pass filter on the bottom, and what this is going to allow us to do is cut off all those low ends, let it roll off the bottom, so it's not interfering with our subs, our basses, and our kick drums. So here goes our vocal, right? So as I solo that vocal, you can hear it right now. Those lows can roll off. We don't want too much of a roll off, we just want enough. So I'm probably gonna roll off around 50 hertz and bring the beat back in now, and I'm gonna just check out the beat by itself and remember what our vocals sounded like. Alright, now also what you want to do is you want to create a high shelf somewhere in a 7K range. So you want to go ahead and click right here, activate that, go ahead and add some gain to it, about 6 to 7K. Now what this does is this brings that vocal out. It allows it to stand out just a little bit more in the mix. So let's hear that real quick, soloed.
Nigga go hard, blow the whistle, tell the ref I really post hard. Bring that bass in, let them horns start.
That's too much what we did over there. We're gonna actually back out. See, as I said in the previous video, we only want to increase, boost, and cut at about 3 hertz. At about 3 decibels. We want to do really subtle changes and hear the differences. So after we already cut our lows with that high pass filter at 50 hertz, now we just boosted the highs in a 7K range, and we're gonna move to our next step. In this range right here around 200, there's a very unpleasant sound. You just have to find it, kind of move around till you get it. And we're gonna cut that same frequency. We're gonna create a small bandwidth. We're gonna narrow that down to about 5 decibels. Quality of 5, and we're gonna just decrease that about 4 or 5 decibels. And that should just smooth out our vocal in that lower mid-range area. And now it's pretty much sounding pretty smooth. Last but not least, you want to increase at about 2 to 5K. These are all subtle changes that are very undetectable. And we're just gonna add some boost to our input, just slightly. It's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent vocal we have. I'm gonna also do something that I like to do in my mixes. I'll give it a slight boost in the lows. Right after we cut, you want to add a little bit of depth and richness in that vocal, make it sound more manly. Especially in hip hop vocals, you want to also have just a little bit of punch in the lower vocal range. Now let's just solo on that vocal without our effects on. See the difference. That's a blink effect. Here it goes on. Pretty clear, pretty quality, pretty good quality. And it sounds pretty good in the mix. Now also, we want to also do this first. I like to EQ first. I'm gonna EQ after I do compression, but I do EQ first. It is true you can EQ or compress in any order, but I like this way. Alright, so we're gonna pull up our stock compressors called dynamic compressor / limiter. All you gotta do is right click, go to plugins, and look for that. So let's solo that vocal. All our compressor's job really is to our compressor's job is really to just make that vocal sound smushed together, but not in a bad distorted way. The compressor pretty much acts as a ceiling, and any vocal that passes this threshold level, which is our threshold right here on our screen, any vocal that passes the threshold level, you want to push it back down. So it's gonna sound kind of like this. Watch this. Our threshold's up here. It's a clear vocal. But if we drop the threshold down here, it's very smushed and very distorted. So with the wall, we're gonna put the wall right here at about 18 decibels, negative 18 decibels. We're gonna take the knee. All the knee is how hard the compressor is hitting. Alright? How hard that compressor is gonna be slamming in those vocals and really mashing it down back into the mix. Now, our attack. We use the attack to judge how fast the compressor actually takes effect. In hip hop, you want to use a slower attack, a fast attack, but we want to slow it down slightly. Our release, you want to have a quicker release. In our ratio, we want to cut that ratio down. So now, if we listen to that raw vocal from what we just made, and how it actually sounds now versus how we got it as a raw vocal, it's going to be a lot of subtle changes and a lot of differences that stand out. Now, after you compress, it's very important. The sound is going to be very low in the mix. We're going to have to boost it back up to fit in the mix. So I'm going to bring the mix in real quick. Blow that whistle, tell the ref I really pose hard. Bring that bass in, let them horns start. I'm a champion, all-star. New week, nigga go hard. Blow the whistle, tell the ref I really pose hard. Bring that bass in, let them horns start. I like the compressor. I'm actually gonna bring the compressor up a little bit from where I had it. Get the release time fast. Attack time pretty quick. I'm all-star, new week, nigga go hard. Blow that whistle, tell the ref I really pose hard. Bring that bass in, let them horns start. I'm a champion, all-star, new week, nigga go hard. Blow the whistle, tell the ref I really pose hard. Bring that bass in, let them horns start. So we're gonna bring that vocal in one more time and just hear how it sounds. Our new edit versus our raw vocal underneath the compression. I'm a champion, all-star. New week. So this is without the compressor on at all. So tell the ref I really pose hard. Bring that bass in. Let them horns start. There goes the compressor. I'm a champion. All-star. So those high distorted buzzy vocals are now making this sound more fitted in. But we can still back off a little bit on our compressor. And now we're gonna throw our mix back in. So here goes the mix, here goes the vocals, everything all together. One more time. Once again, these are all subtle changes when it comes to really mixing these vocals. Very subtle, very small changes at a time. We want to keep as much of our vocal as we possibly can. Now, after I do the compression, like I said, I always go back and add another EQ.
star.
But we're not gonna do that right now. We're gonna leave this vocal how it is. Change the quality of our upper shelf so it's a sharper shelf. We wanna make sure there's no clipping going on in our meters. We got a good input level. Let's back out from the output.
Tell the ref I really pose hard. Bring that bass in, let them horns start. I'm a champion, all-star, new week.
And there you guys have it. You got a pretty fresh mix with just compression and EQing.
Let them horns start.
So once again, guys, that's pretty much how I sum up my compression and my very basic beginning steps into mixing vocals into a mix. Now, make sure you guys comment down below in the comment section on what you guys want my next video to be about. And if you had any questions on this video, drop those questions below. I'm going to get back to you. Now, I have one job for you guys, and that's to click the link in the description. It's DJ Lee, the original King Lee, OD Hustle, apparel, merch, giveaways, all at that link down below. Click it. And we just gonna keep going at it. It's DJ Lee, Producer Hacks, episode number 4, compression, vocals, EQ. Until next time, I'm out.